Here is Cuen, Cuentas. So this finishes at $6.22. That is up 123.74% today. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. Alright, here's Xela, Exela Technologies. We talked about this one yesterday. It was trending a lot yesterday. It was squeezing in the aftermarket yesterday. It went up to like $3.50, I think, if I remember correctly. Okay, so this finishes at $2.39. That finishes up 2.14%. I see in the aftermarket this is coming down. This is down to 220. And there was some news today, so let's go over that. So they did an offering, equity offering, which usually is a bad thing. But when it comes to apes, for some reason, diluting the stock and raising capital is a good thing. And stocks go up whenever there's an offering for these meme ape stocks. Nothing makes sense anymore. So it says they enter a new $150 million at the money equity program. So they just did a $100 million offering, and now they're doing another one for $150 million. So they're just taking advantage of the apes pumping the stock up, which you can't blame them for. You know, any logical, smart CEO, executive would do the same thing. I guess that's not really news, that's just announcing a capital raise. So quite honestly, I'm not sure what all the hype is about. The stock is not mooning more than other stocks. BSQR, MRIN, these other stocks just absolutely took off. I mean, this one went up a decent amount yesterday, but compared to other stocks, it's nothing crazy. So I don't really see what the hype is about. But, you know, people really, really like this one on StockTwits. The StockTwits apes love this one. All right, so let's analyze. All right, so right now it's pretty much sitting on the support of 245. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 280, 320, 360, 410, 460, 550, 610, and then the all-time high of 782. Now, if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be 215, $2, 170, 140, and then $1. There is this gap up. Yesterday, this gapped up from 150. So when something gaps up, it usually comes down to fill the gap eventually. So probably at some point, this will come back down to 150. Although there is a gap back here at 360, and that gap never got filled. So two gaps to fill now. One up, one down. But yeah, looking at the chart, this looks pretty bullish to me. There's a lot of upside potential. Very wide channels. So there's going to be a lot of price action if this goes to the upside. And there's a lot of room to run. And on the downside, it really can't go down too much. Seems like there's pretty strong support at 125. And if it does, I highly doubt this is going below $1. Yeah, not too much downside potential, a lot of upside potential. So just looking at the chart, this looks pretty bullish. Not financial advice. The RSI is currently at 76. So that is in overbought, overvalued territory. Although it's not in crazy overbought, overvalued territory. This still could run a good amount more. The volume was 433 million today, which is insane. Did not expect this volume after yesterday, because yesterday's volume was insane. Yesterday it did 400 million. So today we're getting 433 million, even more than yesterday. So yesterday was the second biggest volume day ever, and today it did even more. So today is now the second biggest volume day ever. So, you know, we're getting kind of conflicting information here. Conflicting indicators. Looking at the support and resistance, looking at the graph, the chart, it looks pretty bullish. Looks like the cup and handle is forming, the U shape. Here's the cup. So that's a bullish sign. And based on the support and resistance, that's also a bullish sign. Like I just said, not too much downside potential, a lot of upside potential. And as we go to the upside, the channels are getting a lot wider. So that would mean a lot of price action. But based on the RSI and the volume, that's telling us that this is likely to come down. You know, because the RSI is in overbought, overvalued territory. And the volume is pretty ridiculous. A lot of volume. So we can't expect 400 million volume days every single day. So pretty soon, the volume is going to come down. And again, we have the gaps. Gap down here at 360 and a gap up at 350. I really can't say where this is going to go. A lot of different things going on here. A lot of different indicators signaling different things. So quite honestly, I really couldn't tell you where this is going. But based on the sentiment, on social media, on stock twits, the apes really, really like this one. So I would not be surprised if this is the next squeeze. If this does start squeezing, I do expect this to go up to 6 or 8. If you want to go long, that looks like it could be a decent play. If you want to go short, I probably wouldn't do that. I don't recommend that. As we just discussed, there's not too much downside potential. Personally, I'm just going to hold off on this one. I wouldn't go long or short right here, but it does seem like going long is the better play. Although, that's not financial advice. Please be careful. Like I just said, RSI is pretty high. Volume is pretty high, so that indicates that it's coming down. So, it's anyone's best guess. I really couldn't tell you. But based on the positive sentiment on stock twits, based on this cup and handle, based on the support and resistance, I'd probably say this is more likely to go up than down. So that is Xela Technologies, Xela. This is going to be really entertaining to see what happens in the next few days, in the next few trading sessions. There's going to be a lot of price movement either way. So, we'll see what happens. So, good luck to everyone. Hope you guys make tendies. Alright, here's Marin software. This finishes at $10.73. That is down 38% today. Disgusting. And it's still coming down in the aftermarket. Down to about 10.30 now. So quite honestly, did anyone expect anything different? I said yesterday, this can only go up so much more. It went all the way from $2 to $19. And I found it pretty hilarious and sad at the same time. On stock twits, people still thought this was going up when it closed at like 17 yesterday. Yeah, everyone knew this was coming down eventually. It could only run up so much. Yesterday the RSI was at 99, so it literally could not go higher. The RSI. Anyway, let's analyze this right now. Right now, this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 1330 and 930, very wide channel there. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 1330, 1730, and then the all-time high of 1882. So if this goes to the upside, there's going to be a lot of price action. Very wide channels here. Now, if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be 930, 830, 750, and then 570. And there's a lot more after that, but I'm not even going to read those. So the RSI is currently at 68. So it's no longer in overbought, overvalued territory. Although it's still pretty high up there. But yeah, yesterday this was at 99 RSI. It literally could not go that much higher. And it went all the way from 99 down to 68. Pretty big crash there. And this is coming back to normal. The volume was 56 million today. Significantly less than it was past couple trading sessions. Last 2 days we got over 300 million volume. Today we only got 56 million. So not a surprise there that this stock came crashing down. The pump relied on heavy volume, heavy buying pressure. The apes ran out of ammo and people started taking profits. So no more buying pressure. So the stock is falling down now. Based on all these technicals, I would say that there's still room to pull back. I can't say how much. The RSI is still pretty high up there. Not overbought, overvalued, but 68, almost there. The volume is coming down. Little chance that we're going to see 300 million volume days again anytime soon. So the volume is coming back down to normal. The RSI is coming back down to normal. That makes me assume that the stock price is going to come back down to normal. And it might start filling these gaps. Got a gap up at 750. That gap might fill pretty soon. And there's another gap at 430. That gap might fill. There's also another gap at like $2, but I really don't think it's going down that low. Very bearish indicators here. It may pop a little bit, but I highly doubt this is going anywhere close to the high again. We probably won't see 19 anytime soon again. Just reading the chart based on all the technicals, based on the RSI, the volume, the gaps, I would say that this still has a lot of room to come back down. This is probably going to pull back for a little bit. Not financial advice, but If you're long on this right now, maybe consider selling. I know paper hands is not popular, but it would save you a lot of money right here. You gotta lock in your profits. If you're thinking about buying in right now, if you're thinking about going long, I would not recommend that. This is probably going to keep pulling back, and you're probably going to be bag holding if you do that. If you want to short, that seems like a pretty decent play. Like, you're probably going to make some money, but you definitely missed the top. It would have been a great play if you got in at 18, 16, 15. But now here at 11 bucks, 10, 11 bucks, there's still probably money to be made, but you definitely missed out on all the fat gains already. So if you want to short, pretty decent play. I can get behind that. I can support it. But, the big opportunity is gone. You could still probably make some decent money going short. That is MRIN, Marin software. We'll have to see where this goes in the next few days. My prediction is that it's going to keep pulling back. Can't say how much. Based on everything, based on all the technicals and the sentiment, this does appear like it's going to pull back. So we'll see what happens. This is going to be very entertaining. So good luck to everyone with MRIN. Here is Cuen, Cuentas. So this finishes at $6.22. That is up 123.74% today. It is pulling back in the aftermarket. This is back down to 560. But still incredible run today. And there was actually news as to why this ran so much today. So let's take a look. Okay, it says the company will work with WaveMax Corp to roll out Shared Fi, a shared network of Wi-Fi access points and small cells in 170 test locations in the New York City tri-state area. The WaveMax mobile ecosystem will enable an enhanced user and shopping experience with discounts for purchases and rewards to Cuentas customers, which will contribute to greater net new revenues. Okay, so I guess they have a partnership with this other company, WaveMax. Well, that's good news. Good, positive, bullish news. The news came out. Institutions probably started buying in. The apes jumped on this. And that, in turn, started a squeeze. So first off, we have a gap up at around 320. As we've been discussing, whenever something gaps, the gaps usually do fill. So at some point, this is likely to come back down to 320 to fill the gap. It's sitting on this support of 620, which is where it closed at today. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 820, and then the all-time high of 925. So if this keeps going to the upside, there's going to be a lot of price action. This is going to absolutely explode if this keeps going to the upside. Now, if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be 580, and then $5, 460, 410, 390, 360, and then all the way back down to 320. There's going to be a lot of price action, whether this goes to the upside or the downside. Although, if it goes to the upside, we're probably going to see a lot more price action because these channels are a lot wider. Still pretty wide channels to the downside, but not as wide. So, either way, there's going to be a lot of price action. The RSI is at 88, so that's pretty overvalued, pretty overbought. Like, pretty deep in that territory. And the volume was incredible today. 209 million volume. That is by far the biggest volume day ever. Like, I can't even see down here what the next biggest volume day is. Not even close. Based on all of that information, I would have to say that this is more likely to go to the downside than the upside. Based on the RSI, based on the volume, based on this gap up, this appears like it's going to pull back. No guarantee, but this is more likely to pull back than it is to keep going up. Yeah, I mean, it's already pulling back in the aftermarket. It's almost down $1. So, I would advise not to go long on this. That seems pretty dangerous, although it can keep going up, but that's just really, really risky if you want to go long on this. And if you want to go short, seems like a pretty decent play. Although, again, just like with MRIN, there probably is money to be made going short, but the biggest tendies, the fat gains, are already gone. That would have been if you got in at 9, 8, 7, something like that, even 6. It probably still will pull back. So there are tendies to be made, just not anywhere close to where you would have made if you got in earlier. Yeah, I don't recommend going long. If you want to go short, seems like a pretty decent play. I can get behind that. So yeah, this was trending today. Probably going to trend again tomorrow. So we'll see what happens with this. There's going to be a lot of price action whether it's to the upside or the downside. Gonna be really entertaining. Good luck to everyone who has a position in this one. That is Cuentas. Here is BLIN, Bridgeline Digital. That finishes at $4.30. That's up 26.84%. There was no news to justify this move today, so probably just a whole lot of ape stuff going on. Yeah, this run was totally unjustified. Opened at 340 and went all the way up to 850 and then back down to 430. That is absurd. Crazy price action here. And it is going up in the aftermarket. It's back up to 540. So maybe the squeeze is not over. Okay, so let's analyze this. Okay, so right now it's sitting on this support of 440. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 490, and then all the way back up to the all-time high of 854. So if this keeps going to the upside, this is going to moon. This is going to absolutely moon. Very, very wide channel here. 490 and 850. Wow. Now if this goes to the downside, next level of resistance would be $4, $3.60, $3.40, and then $3. Highly doubt it's going below that, but you never know. So the RSI is currently at 82, so that's pretty overbought and overvalued. And the volume today was 130 million, which by far is the biggest volume day. Again, just like the last stock, I can't even see the next biggest volume day. It's not even like on the chart, because that's how much volume there is today. Pump is confirmed by the volume. This is not a fluke. So based on all of this, the gap up, high RSI, high volume, I would say this is more likely to come back down than it is to go to the upside. Although it is pumping in the aftermarket. Yeah, based on all the technicals, this does appear like this is coming back down. If you want to go long, that is a really risky play, but it could pay off pretty big. Because if it does keep going up, this can go all the way back up to 850. Pretty risky stuff, but it could pay off. Not saying you should do it, but huge upside potential here. If this does, in fact, go to the upside. It's just more likely to go to the downside. And if you want to short, same thing as the other stocks. Seems like a pretty decent play. Seems like there are tendies to be made. But you probably missed out on the fat gains already. There are probably better opportunities out there in the market to short. But I guess you can't go wrong if you want to short this. I can get behind that. I support it. Yeah, personally, I would just not even go for this one. Another stock that was trending today and probably will be trending for the next few days. We'll see what happens with this. Either way, there's going to be a lot of price movement. So there's a lot of upside potential. It's just not likely to go to the upside. If this does go to the downside, I really don't think it's going to go down that much. It seems like there's pretty strong support at these levels here. Not financial advice. But yeah, that is Bridgeline Digital, BLIN. We'll have to see where this goes. Good luck to everyone who has a position in this stock. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on The Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.